gonna hurt. Man, been trying to tell me, bro. I'm telling you,
I've
bro.
been trying to say, bro. Like, yeah, you watch, bro.
It's not his fault. But, I mean,
That's just terrible. That's terrible.
R.I.P.G. baby.
it's not Finn Balor's fault. But I mean, it's been over for him for a long time, bro. I gave up after he lost the Edge. Honestly, that was it for me. That
No,
that
he lost his
honestly,
test.
that
I
told
was
me
like,
everything I needed to know at that moment, bro. I'm like, I don't know how you come back from that, bro. Sorry. Like,
Was the
bro,
the
it's just
Roman
better. That's it.
the Roman loss was before the end? Yeah, so I was done after the Roman loss. That was my point. When the
the
fucking
Roman
rope
loss
break-
really didn't affect me too much because when they put him in Judgment Day, basically what Damian Priest got, we all thought was gonna be for Finn Balor. So I'm like, all
I
right,
didn't.
this is good for him. And then he was beating Edge in the beginning, so yeah, it was turning out it was good for him. It was going good for him. It's just that match at Wrestle. If he had won that match at WrestleMania, it would have been different for him, but it was never the same after that. And it's the way he
Yeah.
lost too. Like it's the way he lost that match too. Like the concerto, and then
Like all troll aside, that had me dumbfounded.
yeah, I'm like it's the way he lost that match too. I'm like, bro, no, that's.
I'm like, that's it? Not even a spear? All right.
You're cooked, bro. You're cooked. You're done. You're done.
Yeah, the way he lost that match was like that was it for that was it.
I hated the red, like the red and purple fucking weapons. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, why?
It's Star Wars, bro. What you mean, bro? You don't like Star Wars?
That's crazy.
No.
Wow.
Mm,
Wow.
mm.
All right, Mo.
Wars
There's a
is
reason why we don't like it.
Just the lane. Yeah, Mo don't watch movies. Like
I just
watch
left the movie theater.
documentaries.
Have you
Actually,
seen
that's crazy. I just left the theater.
have you seen the Fast movies?
Yeah.
Have you seen the Fast movies?
Yeah.
Yes.
You have.
Yeah. Not recently, but
Have you seen the Shrek? Have you seen the Shrek
absolutely,
movies?
those are some of my favorites.
Some
Have
of
you
my
seen the How to
favorites
Train Your
is
Dragon
wild.
movies?
How to what?
Well, he doesn't watch.
Have you seen
He
the How
doesn't
to
watch
Train Your
movies for
Dragon
some reason. So like he
I just
barely
don't.
sees anything.
Shrek is great, though.
Have you seen Boys in the Hood?
Of course, who hasn't?
He's only seen
Who
a
has it?
Have you seen Menace to Society? Have you seen Menace to
Not
Society?
recently, no.
Not
Get
recently.
the fuck out. Get the
I've
Have you
seen
seen Don't Be a Menace? Have you seen Don't
Yeah.
Be a Menace?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's-
Cody G's hiding.
You see House Party?
Yeah,
You
G,
see
G will be
Bro.
back. G's not gonna be here tonight, but don't worry. When he comes back, we ain't gonna forget. We ain't gonna forget. When he comes back,
You ain't never seen no House Party,
you're
bro?
not escaping the
Nah.
allegations. You're not escaping the allegations.
You ever seen Fight Club?
Yeah.
I haven't.
Really?
So,
He's throwing random shit out.
so shut up.
All right, ladies and gents, welcome back, man. Welcome back. We was a little late as always. About
What
the
else
same
was
time
late?
frame as TikTok's departure. That's how long it lasted. Have you seen Southern Push? So today we'll talk a little Royal Rumble and stuff, but I'm gonna let Nate do his thing again this week.
Oh shoot!
Nick
Lou
Gaten
and Jay,
was
you are here. So you know we got these blind rankings, right? But I'm flipping blind rankings on its head. So I'm giving y'all wrestlers. You got to randomly rank them, and then I'll give you the category afterwards.
Okay.
So
Well,
this one,
last week he did one. I think it was Cena, Roman, and some other people, but
AJ, Kenny, and someone else.
but we
And it
had
was
to rank them,
basically
and
the-
then we didn't find out what it was till afterwards, and then it was
Gotcha.
the wrestlers we ranked them based off who we wanted to retire first, so we didn't know the criteria at first.
Got it.
Yeah. So I'm
Losing
gonna give
the
y'all.
question.
Oh yeah. The Rock was on there too. Yeah.
He was on
I think
there.
he was at the bottom. Anyway,
He was like
so
second to last. He was like second to last.
yeah, second to last.
Crazy.
But anyway, I'm gonna give y'all these wrestlers. I'll give y'all 5, and then y'all just put them in any order you want. I suggest you start with 3 first because that's just like the easiest, and you kind of go from there.
Right.
So your 5 wrestlers are Chris Jericho, Trick Williams, MJF, Jey Uso, Jacob Fatu. Those are your 5 wrestlers.
I'm assuming
We put
promos.
Trick Williams at the bottom.
My
There
first
you
thought
go.
was
We put Trick at the bottom.
Trick can be at the bottom. My first thought was promo skills.
Yeah, promo. Because I'm like Chris Jericho and Trick Williams. That's like the only.
I'm gonna
relation
be
they
honest.
have.
After the last couple of weeks, I put Fatu number fucking 1. I love every time that dude opens his mouth. That dude is
Over
amazing.
Jericho though.
Yeah, but Jericho. If there was a 6, he'd be 6. I hate Jericho. I hate everything about him.
No, Jericho, he definitely would be number 1.
Um,
We're doing promos.
Yeah,
He
we
was
said
number
take
one
that
15
too,
years
Trick.
ago.
Jericho and Jacob and who
what were
else?
the other two?
Chris
Yeah, Trick at the
Jericho,
bottom,
Trick
no matter what.
Williams,
No matter
MJF, Jey
Oh,
Uso,
MJF.
Jacob Fatu.
MJF is up there too. Okay.
All right, so we can agree Trick at the bottom, 100%.
Yeah, if we're assuming
Yeah.
promos, then yeah.
It
Trick at the
depends. It
bottom.
depends. It depends what it is. Because last week it was who would want to retire first. So
Yeah, we gotta wait. We were way off.
Theme song too. He can be at the bottom. I don't give a damn about no Trick Williams.
Here you go, bro. Here you go.
No, I hate it too because every time he comes out, I have to hear Booker T's bitch ass. I hate it.
All right, man. Okay, man.
Why are we
What did he do to
disrespecting
you?
Unk, bro?
respect
Like,
Booker
what
T.
is this?
Put Booker T
Respect
back
Booker
in the
T, bro.
fucking ring if you want to. I just don't want to listen to him talk anymore.
No, we don't need him back in the ring. That's for sure.
Yeah, we don't need Crown Jewel 2018 Part 2. We good.
Man pushing 60, bro. You don't need
He
him.
really is. Oh my god, I'm getting old.
All right, so do we want to do the safe thing and put Jericho one
Yeah.
just to be safe?
Sure.
Jericho one. All right.
Whatever. I don't care.
I
It's whatever.
feel like it's not gonna
So
be.
then the next
it's
one
not
you
gonna
guys
be.
have
It's not
to
gonna be
choose between.
promos, bro. It's gonna be something. It's gonna be something crazy.
Yeah, you
I'm
might
trying
be
to
right
figure
on that.
out.
Because this is Nate we talking about.
I'm trying to figure out.
Have it be worse.
It's probably
to
be like
best
who
and
we
Trick
want to
at
be.
the
It's
bottom
probably.
on
I
the
feel like
screen.
now it's probably like who we want to be world champion or something like that. Like who we want to be the world
I
champion.
definitely don't want Jericho's world
Oh,
champion.
Trick definitely at the
No,
bottom.
Jericho at
Oh,
the
yeah.
bottom. No, I don't want. I don't need Jericho.
Jey Uso at the top. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go. We move.
I mean, we could put Jericho. Listen, either way, I'd like
No.
Jericho at the bottom, but whatever.
Let's put Jericho at 3.
Yo,
Let's put him in the middle.
3.
We'll put him in the
Okay.
middle.
Jericho
Yeah.
at 3.
At
We'll put
three,
Jericho, we'll put Jericho in the middle.
I'm with Jade. I'm willing to wish Jacob at 1. I'm willing to risk.
Jacob at 1?
Over MJF.
Listen, MJF stock
Right
is
now,
way
2025,
down.
yeah.
If we're
As a world
talking about
champion,
stock, MJF is way down here.
In 2025,
There's a lot
yes.
of people in AEW want to see
Yes.
the world champion before MJF right now.
All right, we'll put Jacob at 1 and MJF at 2.
I'd put Jericho.
And then Jay,
And then who was Trick and who else?
You got Jericho. So you've ranked Jacob, Jericho, and Trick. Jacob 1, Chris 3, Trick 5. You have 2 and 4 left, and that's MJF and Jey Uso.
MJF at 4, Jay at 2.
Here this guy go. Here you go.
I put MJF at 2, J at 4.
yeah, I'll put MJF
MJF
at 2. Like,
MJF at 2.
Y'all want Chris Jericho as world champion before Jey Uso? Yeah, I'm sick.
yes.
I
That's
don't, but
nasty work.
yes.
That's
we got to keep it like neutral just in case it's something.
Well, we don't know if it's
That's
the world
true.
Okay,
champion.
okay. All right. This is your order. You can change it or you can lock it in. Jacob Fatu at 1. Number 2, MJF. Number 3, Chris Jericho. Number 4, Jey Uso. Number 5, Trick Williams.
No.
Are you?
I'm
Fuck it,
just
lock it in.
I'm just trying to figure out what the hell it would be.
I like the list. I like the
Mo?
list.
Scared.
I
Lock
could
it in.
deal.
Fuck
Are you-
I could deal with it. Sure, lock it in.
Okay, y'all were close with promos. Y'all were pretty close. The order is from best to worst. Current catchphrase. Current catchphrase for Jericho.
I'm with it.
So you
I'm
guys
with
did
it.
pretty
I'm
good.
cool with
That was
it.
actually
I'm
pretty
cool
good
with it.
because you almost had Jericho.
I'm
You guys
cool with
almost
it.
had hi guys at number 1. You are right.
What,
Almost.
who do we have at number 1? Jacob Fatu? I love you solo.
Jacob Fatu, I love you solo.
Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for just to recap, I love you solo
And it-
is number 1. Better than you, and you know it, number 2. Hi guys, number 3.
Yeah.
Yeet, number 4,
Yeah.
and whoop that trick, number 5. So
I'm not mad at that at all.
pretty
I ain't
solid
gonna-
list. Pretty solid list.
I'm cool.
I'll
I'm
That's
flip
a
cool
pretty
with
Jericho
the
solid
list.
list.
I'll
I'm
flip
cool
Jericho
with
and
the
Jay, but I'm
list.
cool with that.
Yeah,
I'm
That's a
good
pretty
with that.
solid
Yeah,
list.
I'm happy with it.
I ain't gonna lie, hi guys.
I got to get you.
No.
Hold on, y'all forgetting though how funny the Hi Guys is out of context. That
That
shit is
is
hilarious.
Low key though.
Hi guys.
Hi guys.
It's pretty funny. Jake, and then you said MJF is better than you. Oh, that's right, better than you, baby. That's right.
Yeah, better you know it.
Yeah,
I have to
that's
say
right.
current catchphrase for Chris Jericho because I know he has like 20 catchphrases throughout his career.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Nah, he's got at least.
it's too
He
many.
had like 3 in just
He got,
2016.
Right.
yeah,
Hit, stupid idiot.
Right.
You just made the list.
You just made the list.
That is my
Hi,
favorite
guys.
Jericho, bro. I
Lee
swear to God.
Champion. Anyway, he's had.
The Ocho.
The Ocho.
Nueve.
He's
Man,
been
please
too
shut
many.
the hell
He's had
up.
Too many.
Well, and see
Paul's
that's
Jericho.
Jericho's problem is that he now believes because the internet has told him so that he can do whatever he wants and it works. So now he thinks "Hi
That's
guys" is a valid. Stupid.
Jay
Fucking
Uso,
stupid.
Jay Uso also has "Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary."
Penitentiary.
Like that
Yeah,
shit.
that's
Yeah,
his old
it's a-
one.
I
That's
haven't
his old
We
one.
haven't heard that in a while.
It's like more of the
Yeah.
Usos.
We gonna hear that when they you know what I'm saying, when they get back.
I don't
They
need
really
it for a
back.
while. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah,
I
we
don't
can,
need
we
the
can hold
reunion
that
for a
off. We
while.
can hold that off. I want to see Jimmy. I'm trying to see Jimmy
Succeed, yeah. Because his match with Melo was pretty
Yo,
good.
Jimmy and
Yeah,
Mello
that
was
match was pretty
cooking.
good.
Yo, Jimmy and Mello was
Jimmy
was
put
in
his
the
fucking
bag,
sunglasses
yo.
on and gave him the Rikishi. So good.
Nah, he's
So
he's
good.
he's good, bro.
Yeah,
He's good.
Did Jericho have
Yeah,
any
man.
back in the day catchphrase though? Like back in the day.
Raw is
Like Raw's Jericho.
Welcome to
Raw's
Raw
Jericho
is
was always the
Jericho,
number
yeah.
one.
Would you please shut the hell up? That's
Would
one.
you please shut the hell up? Yeah.
And
Would you please?
The hell?
the hell. Anything with Stephanie.
What was it?
I mean,
Oh,
I don't
oh
know
my
what to say,
God.
but
What was it?
Oh,
Bottom
he also
feeding
had
trash
"I'm the
bag
best
hoe?
in the world." That would
Let the boobies hit the floor.
And listen. I watched when Nitro was in its prime. I watched Nitro over Raw every week, and he did this thing. His catchphrase in Nitro when he was the cruiserweight champion was "I'm not ready." The match would start, the bell would ring, and he'd go, "I'm not ready. I'm not ready."
Nah, whenever you'd have people in the hold, like he'd be like, "Ask him."
Yeah, ask him.
Ask him.
Ask him.
Ask him.
Yeah, he
Bro,
had
I
many.
swear to
He
God,
had many
I don't care
catchphrases.
how
You forgot
washed
about-
Jericho
you forgot
is, I
about
will always love Chris
Arm
Jericho.
bar.
Now Chris Jericho in his prime was incredible, man.
I am the man of a thousand
Never
and
be the
four.
same again.
Another one he used to do was Hypocrites when he had the suit and tie.
Yes.
Was
Stupid
within that
hypocrites.
category.
Bro, Jericho
Calling
is
everybody
funny
hypocrites.
as shit, bro.
Oh, you stupid
Stupid
idiot!
I
idiots.
love
He's
that. I
still-
love Jericho
yes.
from that time so much.
Jericho
I'm
was
from
great.
Winnipeg, you idiot.
He's like, whoa! What the hell is that?
Vince McMahon.
Chick man. Someone gets security. A child is here.
AJ Styles, stupid soccer mom hairstyle.
What was it?
I
It
will-
was at
they could never make me hate
69
Jericho.
thumbtacks.
Yeah.
Bro, I'd hate to see
69
Jericho with
tax
a mic coming
in
my
my-
way.
Then they
bro.
did that in AEW.
I
He's like, you owe me a jacket. I think
You
how
owe
much
me
he owed for his jacket.
$15,000. You owe me $15,000. Bro. Holy shit.
Bro,
Damn.
I'd hate to see Jericho,
Jericho,
in his
we
prime
missed-
with a mic. His roast
We missed
game
one
was
too,
impeccable.
the way Jericho always said again. Should never be the same
Again.
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 Man, he had a lot of good catchphrases, man.
Fucking love Jericho.
He was really good at the reinventing
Jericho's
himself. That was always one thing. Was
He
really
might
good
be the best at that. I ain't gonna
at
lie.
reinventions.
Yeah, that ass.
He just had a lot of it though. Like he did.
He's just washed now, but he was the best at that.
Oh yeah, no, he's washed. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, we forgot. I'm a wizard.
Oh God.
Insane.
Little shot of the
He's
little
throwing
glass of the bubbly.
fireballs.
Yeah, the bubbly.
A little glass.
Little bit of the bubbly.
Yeah.
Oh,
You want
shit,
some
that
bubbly?
shit-
His only
You want
issue
some
is he
bubbly?
just gotta stop winning titles, bro. Like if he just
Yeah.
That's
He
it,
needs to
bro.
Start putting over. Yeah.
like he just stopped. But
Get
I
off
said
TV.
before he's starting to win now because he had to put all some people over in WWE, bro. Losing all them big matches. Like
Yep.
anytime he was
Yeah.
in a big match, the feud was good, but like the payoff, you know, he was always gonna lose the
He
payoff.
was losing,
Like,
yeah.
he's losing the payoff. Like
He should have won the 2017 Rumble, bro.
Bro.
Jericho and Owens should have been the Universal title match. I swear to God.
That should have been the
No,
no,
that'd
so we
be
got Goldberg and Bork Laser, bro.
we got a
You
US
could
title.
just let
second
Brock
match.
win later, bro. You
Bork.
could have just let him win later.
Bork.
Originally, I
Bork.
mean, even after he didn't win the Rumble, they still could have just did that. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah,
still,
it
what I'm
was right
saying, yeah.
there. Festival of Friendship was beautiful, nigga.
they
Like,
still
just-
could have did the whole story and everything.
Why is my
Awesome.
name on this?
Oh my
heart
God.
broke. My
And literally
heart
the
broke.
sign in the background was like, you just made the list too. That shit was so good. Whoever
I was,
shot
so,
that.
I was so
Bro.
convinced they were gonna do like that match, and then as soon as they announced Goldberg and Kevin Owens, I was like, no way, bro. Like
They gave,
I
they gave,
knew Goldberg was winning, but not in 21 seconds, bro. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more bullshit.
that is
Nope.
disgusting, bro. 21 seconds is crazy, bro.
nah, 21 seconds is kind of nasty. I'm not gonna lie to
I was
you.
watching that shit with my uncle. He was just like, "There's no fucking
Sick
way."
work.
I mean, they kind of figured it would happen like that. Like, but I was like, bro, Brock and Goldberg, you don't have to put the title on that though. Like, there's already a story there, bro. Like, there's already something there for it. And then the payoff after that was that Reign Lesnar had too. It was like, bro,
Yeah.
you know,
Weird times, man. Weird times.
he should have won 2012. He could have won as well. When Shane.
Yep,
He
I
should-
felt that
that's-
one too.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I will die on that hill. I don't care what they had planned with Punk, Bryan. I don't give a shit. Chris Jericho. I was there live when he came back that year. He absolutely
Oh yeah.
should have won the Royal Rumble.
What's crazy though is he said it on his podcast. He's the one who told Vince to let Sheamus win. He said he didn't need it. That's what.
Well, Jericho was wrong. He was wrong.
God
I don't
damn
know
it,
what
Chris.
to tell you.
Why do we give Chris Jericho creative freedom sometimes?
like
Oh,
he does.
God.
He was doing the right thing back then, putting people. Now he's just like, yeah, I need
Now
that.
you want to be Hogan. All right.
You had a chance too. You had a chance. Now you okay.
Now you want to be
2012,
Hogan.
that was
Now
like,
you.
that was one of the worst. For like there was like barely any star power in that. He could have easily.
We went over that,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, I was about to say we went over it on the show.
There's barely any star power. I think the main you had
You know what?
Randy Orton was in it. And then
We need another clip.
It's not as bad as '95, right, Lewis?
I was saying we need Mo. Give us another clip. Mo,
Let's go.
give
Let's
us
go.
another
Let's go.
clip.
Let's go.
Look
This
it up,
shit
look
is
it up.
so funny, dog.
Look it up. That's you. I'm gonna let you have
Watch
this.
sitting there and watching it and seeing
95
people come
Rumble
out
had,
is
like,
so
the
funny.
worst-
It's so funny.
They have the worst cast ever. Like just
We about to get it.
So
We about to.
when we did our drinking game, one of the rules was take a drink for every random that comes out. Bro, I was drunk as hell by like number 15.
Bro, we was tapped
I was
out,
cooked, bro. We didn't even finish the Rumble because my computer died. But oh my god!
Bro, we was tapped.
That's
we was
crazy.
tapped, bro.
All right, so this is
I opened my third fucking bottle, and one of the rules was after the match,
What
y'all drinking?
like whoever wins, you have to chug
What
the
y'all
rest.
drinking?
we
Shit
did that
was
with
rough.
2008. Yeah, we did that with 08. I had like this Jack Daniels kind of. It wasn't like actual whiskey. It was like some sweeter drink. It's pretty good though. Oh,
Aaron,
hell
we
no,
don't
you
want to look at the
psycho.
20.
I would've died,
We're
bro.
live for that one.
that star
All right,
power was
cool.
pretty bad too. They had multiple tag teams in there and everything, bro. It was
There
so
was
bad.
6 tag teams in that match.
it was pretty bad too when they had Rich Holland come out. I think he came out like number 7 or something. I was like, oh,
Oh,
they bad.
The biggest star in that match was Bad Bunny. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, Shane McMahon was like 29 or something.
I mean that was
remember
a
I was-
surprise, but
I remember I was
So-
making
so-
TikToks, and when Shane McMahon's music hit, I started a TikTok, and I was like, "There's your fucking forbidden door, right there. There's
that's
your forbidden
crazy.
door."
That's
All right,
crazy.
so here are the entrants
Yeah.
for the 1995 Royal Rumble: Shawn Michaels, British Bulldog, Eli Blue, Duke
Ooh.
the Dumpster Drozy, Jimmy Del Rey.
Who?
I don't even know how to pronounce this dude's name. Sine, whatever the fuck. Tom
Who?
Pritchard, Doink the Clown, Quang,
Who?
Rick Martel,
Oh God.
Okay.
Owen Hart. Here we go.
Okay.
Timothy Well, Bushwhacker Luke, Jacob
Luke.
Blue, King
Ooh.
Kong Bundy. Mo,
95.
not me.
Wait, Mo. Wait, what?
Mo,
Man
not
on a
me.
mission. Yep, man on a mission. With
Oh,
tag team with
Jesus.
Mabel.
Oh God, no.
Mabel, Bushwhacker Butch, Lex Luger, Mantar,
Yep.
Man,
Oh my
Aldo
God.
Montoya, Henry O. Godwin.
Wait, who?
I didn't,
Billy
I didn't hear that
Gunn.
name. I didn't hear that name he said.
Henry O. Godwin,
No, the
Before
one
that.
before.
Aldo Montoya,
Aldo,
who's actually just incredible, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's just incredible.
Oh,
Aldo
my father.
Montoya, and then
You
who?
killed my father,
And then
perpetually.
Henry O. Godwin, Billy Gunn.
I remember
Gunn.
the Godwin brothers.
Yeah.
The Godwin brothers were funny.
Yeah. Billy Gunn, Bart Gunn, Bob Backlund,
Yeah.
Stephen Dunn,
95.
who was in a tag team that was called Well Done.
Oh,
With Timothy Well. With Timothy Well, bro. Dick Murdoch, who's actually a KKK member. Adam Bomb,
Adam Bomb.
Fatu, and
That's
Crush.
it.
Fatu being Rikishi. by the way.
Crush at 30. Oh Lord.
That was, and the thing
Okay,
is, Sean
then.
and
Bro.
He's a
Bulldog
KKK
started and
member,
had to
that's
finish
crazy.
the match because that's all they had.
I promise you, every old head that watches that clip, oh, these
Yeah.
fucking youngsters,
These
don't know
fucking
shit.
whippersnappers,
This
and
was
that's
the
how
real
it's from me.
So I did my top 5 worst rumbles on TikTok. And this old head was
Even
trying
Jake
to say
said
95.
who?
Oh, y'all got it. Y'all got it.
When it gets to a point where I'm going, who? That you've gone too far back.
Oh Lord.
These
you
young
know what, though?
whippersnappers
Honestly, like,
don't know shit
Get
about
off
back
my
then.
fucking lawn.
If you were watching in 1995, like you probably didn't think it was like that. That's terrible. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
sometimes when you watch it in real time, you don't think it's as bad. Like 2012 Royal Rumble, like going back and watching it now, like you watch
Oh,
it in
yeah.
real time, it was like.
Whatever.
I didn't
But now
like back then.
going back and look at it, you're like what the hell? Like what the?
Yeah. Well,
why are these
even when
people in this match? I
even
still go in
after-
here.
even after WWF became a nationally globalized, televised thing, it was still up until the Attitude Era started. WWF was still kind of a conglomerate of independents. Like there was a lot of who going on in WWF at that time.
Yeah.
It's crazy,
bro.
94 is pretty shit too.
Yeah, 94 is even worse, honestly.
94, 95,
94.
96 were pretty
Let me do
Man.
94.
pretty rough.
Let me
Sean and,
pull up
and
94.
Bulldog backpacked that Rumble. Jesus Christ.
All right, I'm gonna do 94 then, since y'all said
Who's going to read off the 40-man Rumble?
No thanks.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Didn't we
But
already do
did
that?
that. We already did that. Yeah, we did.
We? Okay.
Yeah. So number 1, Scott Steiner, pre Papa Pump. Number 2, Samu, I believe. 3, Rick Steiner. 4, Quang. 5, Owen Hart. 6, Bart Gunn. 7, Diesel.
That guy hung around.
8, Bob Backlund.
Shout out,
94. 9, Billy Gunn. 10, Virgil. 11, Randy Savage. 12, Jeff Jarrett. 13, Crush. 14, Doink the Clown. 15, Bam Bam Bigelow. 16, Mabel. Who the fuck is this? Wait, 13, Thurman Sparky Plug. What?
That's Hardcore Holly.
Oh, is that Hardcore Holly? Holy shit, when he had hair.
That's Bob
Oh
Holly.
my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
Oh,
Bob Holly.
Lord, when he had hair. Okay. 18, Shawn Michaels. 19, Mo. Not that Mo. 20, Greg Valentine. 21, Tatanka. 22, The Great Kabuki.
Who?
23, the winner, or the co-winner, excuse me, Lex Luger. Which,
Yeah.
back then, okay.
All right, cool.
24, Generico fucking Generico Tin Ryu. I don't know what the fuck that is. Oh God. 25, Bastion Booger. Oh yeah.
He didn't even get in the ring. That's the thing.
He didn't even get in the ring. He was unable to compete. Why is his name in here?
because it's apparently he had a stomach problem. I hate it here.
I already know what that stomach problem was. 26, Rick Martel. 27, Bret Hart. 28, Fatu. 29, Marty Jannetty. 30, Adam Bomb.
Yeah, so that one name wise isn't as bad as
Isn't too
95.
bad.
Isn't
95
as
is
bad,
pretty
yeah.
Man, it's pretty-
95 is the
22
worst.
and 22. Look, after we said 95, isn't bad on paper. But
Right.
No, it's
that
just
Rumble fucking
watching the
sucked.
match is really bad. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
but
watching
by
that
by
is
modern day standards though,
Oh God,
2020
jeez.
2022 is bad. It was bad.
Yeah, that's a bad
22
one.
is
22 is the worst.
by
one
any
ever.
standards. It was,
It was
bad.
worse. It was worse. It was worse than 2021, and 2021 didn't have no people around. So
2021.
2021 was
pretty good.
actually solid. It just
I
They
think
had
if
crowds,
2021 had
they'd
had
be-
fans, it might have gone down as one, like top 10, top 15.
yeah, no, it was
Maybe.
good. It was actually enjoyed it.
22 just
The
had
women's
all
one's
the-
really good.
Not even for the men, the women's too, man. The women's is ooh.
Yeah. So what I guys, and there's a video on TikTok you can go and find. My face when Rousey's music hit at 30 was just I don't think I've ever felt more defeated in my entire fucking life than
Sasha
being
Did she
there
come out 30?
live. She came out 30, yeah.
She came out 28. She was 28.
Was it? Was
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
No,
yeah,
it was
it was
Lesnar that came out 30. But either way, when she came out at
Lord, this
28,
is
and
terrible.
I knew that Rousey was going to win that match.
Oh,
Final two of that match was Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair. And
Charlotte Flair,
was
who was world champion. Sick word.
She's world champion.
Sick.
That was
word,
the final
bro.
two. Charlotte Flair as
Nasty.
SmackDown Women's Champion, and then Ronda Rousey, final two of that match.
I remember that event because I got to see Dolph Ziggler live, and I had never gotten to see that before. I remember that event for Edge, obviously. I
Yes.
remember that event for the WrestleMania sign being on fucking fire.
Oh yeah.
The show started off
And-
good. It was Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins.
Roman Reigns, and I was there
That
for
was
that.
great.
Yeah, those are the
Yeah.
top three things that I
Fantastic.
remember from that Rumble for sure.
So speaking of Roman Reigns, I want to ask y'all this because these clips seem to go pretty viral for us. We always be we've had a couple
Oh
of them.
God. Oh God.
We've had a
See that super chat?
yeah. I'm gonna share.
Where's
it.
the
I'm gonna
sign?
share this. I saved it. I see it. We've done I think two of these, but mainly when people have just went over the rails with it. When the Triple H one, we just did one with Seth Rollins as well.
Don't totally in the rails.
Well, it started when you made that crazy list about 30 wrestlers better than Triple H.
Crazy.
And then-
It
and
wasn't
then-
about 30 wrestlers better than Triple H. That was 30 best wrestlers of all time. Don't get
Yeah,
it
but
twisted.
that were and Triple H wasn't on there, and that's how it started. And then
I
Nate,
could've named 5 more.
and then Nate said Triple H wasn't in top 10, and then we had a big conversation about that. So that went
She's
viral,
not.
and we named the ones that went viral were the WWE wrestlers that were named better than Triple H, and then we just did one with Seth Rollins as well. My question was like, based off his credentials, my question was last week, like, do you feel like Seth is like overshadowed as like a legend who didn't get, because nobody ever really puts him like in the top 10s, but like you look at his body of work, his character, like he's been consistent the last 10 years, like his matches and everything, but nobody ever really puts him in that top 10. So I was asking like, who would be in the top 10? So we went down the list. So I want to do it for Roman Reigns. Now, most of us feel Roman Reigns top 10, but where do we really rank him is where I want to see where we have this at. So this is just going to be, what superstars do you think have had a better career in WWE, just strictly in the WWE, that have had better careers than Roman Reigns? So yes, you obviously got to count Big Dog. You count Tribal Chief as well. His career is still ongoing. He's still going to accomplish more things. But I'm just going to name some people, and you just tell me yes or no. It's a simple yes or no. If you want to say no, you can explain a little bit why you think it's a no for you. If you want to say yes, you also can explain why it's a yes for you. If you want to put your 2 cents in. Some obviously will be obvious, so some you probably won't even need to explain. But then again, I don't know, because like I said, some of y'all ain't have Triple H top 10. So I mean,
now just to clarify, because this is important, you said strict for the basis of this argument, nothing they did outside of WWE matters.
Just in the
right?
who's had a better WWE career than
WWE Mount Rushmore. Okay.
So we're top 10. So we're gonna see like
I know.
I'm just gonna name people. So basically, how you gonna look at it? We're looking at this person's character work, the match quality, the moments they provided. Also, you got to count the bad ones too if you want to count the bad ones, because not everybody has good careers. So basically, you're gonna compare this person's WWE career to this person's career. So there may be somebody that I named that you'd be like, okay, that person is a better wrestler than Roman Reigns, but did they have a better career in WWE than Roman Reigns?
So basically, who you rank higher than Roman Reigns?
Yeah, like WWE wise, who we rank higher. So I'm gonna name some people. I'm gonna name some people.
Burners in chat, by the way.
Yeah. I'm gonna name some people, and you just tell me yes or no. Is this superstar better than Roman Reigns WWE wise? Has this person had a better WWE career than Roman Reigns?
Okay.
So we'll start non-biased too. We're not being biased.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with Hulk Hogan because we got to start out with the
yes.
No.
You saying no because you really don't think so, or you just don't want to say yes?
No, I honestly do not think so, because I think it's weighted, because I you can't just look black and white at accomplishments. I think that's a very, silly way. That's a very silly way.
Okay, hold on.
Let
Let him explain. Go ahead. Let him explain.
You have to weight the accomplishments, because what Hulk Hogan was able to accomplish in his career boggles the mind when you don't consider the fact that there was no other competition for him in the beginning, and later on there would have been competition for it if he had allowed that to happen. But we all know that once Hulk Hogan grabbed a hold of that reign of the only wrestler in the world that mattered, which he was, because you can talk about how popular Stone Cold was, you can talk about how popular John Cena was. When Hulk Hogan was at his apex, no other wrestler in the world mattered. There was no wrestling without Hulk Hogan. I've never denied that. But my point is, his path to get to that point was not labeled with very many obstacles. And then by the time he got to that point, any success he had after that is mired by the fact that he himself was able to pick and choose which of those obstacles actually mattered and counted. Roman Reigns obviously has faced all kinds of obstacles in his way, from the fans never wanting him to Vince McMahon backing him, which negatively impacted him, failed drug tests, COVID, and he has never, to our knowledge, done the kinds of things backstage that Hulk Hogan did to keep himself on top. So, no, based on how they both achieved what they achieved, I do not put Hulk Hogan above him. Do not.
I see your criteria. Okay, so I feel like it's a case of us having different criteria. I think that's what it is. Because if you're taxing Hogan for the politics and Roman never really had to do that, Yeah, I hear you, but I feel like we have to the not having competition part. I mean,
Yeah,
Savage is right
crazy.
there, Piper's right there, Warriors right there, Andre's
That's
right there.
after. That's after he already reached the apex, and he was
Piper's
able.
right
to,
there
he,
at WrestleMania
he was
1.
able to keep them.
Yeah.
I think by the time he got to that point, he already. It's the timing of it, I guess, is what we're seeing is different. Because I think by the time they got to WrestleMania 1, he already had it in his hand, and he was able to pull that switch whenever he wanted.
Okay.
So keep going, though. Keep going.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I feel like, to me, it's the simple fact that we wouldn't have WWE today if it wasn't for Hogan. That's just like, I don't like him. I used to be a Hogan maniac. Not gonna lie to y'all, but I don't like him. But there's no denying the impact he's had on the business, and he's had a lot of great moments too. Like a lot of.
And
great
I also,
uh,
God, I hate defending Hogan, but it's just also
I do too.
I have to also count Big Dog. Hogan never had a Big Dog era. Did he get stale? Did he get stale? Yes. Did people start to get tired of the brother and all
There's
that?
a reason
yes, you
he
could clearly
finally
tell.
turned to the NWO, yes.
Even when he went to WCW, you could clearly tell people were tired of that shtick. Like we didn't want to see that anymore. But it never got like Big Dog bad, like where he was again getting dog food on him
while they were revolting against the WrestleMania main event. They were
which one of those two guys had a say in their booking?
You don't think Roman Reigns did?
And I will say,
Roman
Reigns, and look, if you want to,
is it a fact that Roman Reigns did, or he just decided to eat shit?
Maybe he just. Either way, my point remains the same because either A, he didn't have the same kind of creative control that Hogan did, or B, he was allowed to have it but chose not to enact upon it, which is the same type of thing Hogan could have done and chose not to. So it doesn't matter if he had it or chose not to use it. My point is the same either way. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change.
Mr. Burnout, that is so Mickey. I swear to God, because he was
Mr. America wasn't even Hogan.
That's like using Chris Jericho.
That's not even Hogan. I don't know what you're talking about.
Mickey.
It's not even Hogan. What is he talking about?
That's Logitech. That's all, bro. That's Logitech. But that goes to the point, though. I mean, there are certain wrestlers who do have certain power. Roman Reigns definitely had power back then, for sure. But obviously, either wasn't using it or he was just doing whatever he felt his job as best, had to do. Because there's no way you can tell me nowadays he's doing that same shit. You ain't gonna convince him to do it nowadays. If they tell him, hey, we got this storyline for you to do dog food, he's not going out there and doing that shit. Get that out. Throw that out. Throw that out of the one. I'm not going out there and get dog food dumped on me. And he should have did it back then too. He should have said, "Get that out of here. I'm not doing that. What are we doing?"
I agree.
We're not dumping dog food on me. So.
And honestly,
go ahead.
I was saying, honestly, if Roman had that power back then and didn't use it, I hate to be that guy, but I'm like, bro, that's on you. If you literally could have told Vince, no, I'm not getting dog food corner. If he had the power, now if he told Vince and Vince is like, no, you're going to go do that, or you can get out, then he was like, all right, I'll do it. But if Roman had that choice and he was like, nah, I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna eat crow and do it. Then I'm like, bro, that's on you. Like
he literally said, I'm not coming back unless I get to change my character.
So let's stop for a second. So
he does have some power.
So, first of all, I just need a true or false on this first point as it leads into my second point. True or false, Hulk Hogan was a dynamic, effective locker room leader.
Back then, he was.
Yeah.
Disagree.
Hard the union
dynamic.
The union thing was fucked up. That union thing where he was snitching on niggas, that's fucked up. So probably not.
Yeah.
And that's as far as being a leader, like what? Like somebody who was the top guy.
My point is the Big Dog and the dog food and the dog. Roman Reigns wasn't the only one that was subject to Vince McMahon's end of his sanity booking that we saw in 2019. So my point is Roman Reigns looks around at everyone else suffering and says, okay, I could talk my way out of this, but I don't want everyone else to find out that I'm talking my way out of this while everyone else has to do this. I don't think you can hold that again. And again, we're operating on conjecture here, but just to address Nate's point of if he didn't stop it, it's his fault. I honestly, if I was on that roster and I found out I'm doing all this crazy, wacky shenanigans and Roman gets to say whether or not he does it, I probably would look upon him less for that. So if he had the choice to stop it and he didn't, I can't really blame him based on that. And by the way, all of this isn't the only I mean, we're also talking about Roman Reigns' success as the tribal chief. the WrestleMania main events, the money he's made, the championships, promo skills, maybe early on you could say no, but I think in the latter half of his career balances it out because I think Hogan was great early and crappy late. I think Roman's was crappy early and great late. So I think those two things balance each other out. And if you're talking about in-ring skills and you tell me, and I don't want to hear what happened in Japan, because if he was capable of doing it in Japan and he really had so much control and he wanted to do that in America, he could have done it. So I don't want to hear anything about what he did in Japan.
I disagree.
So if you want to look at me and tell me that Hogan is that much better of an in-ring performer than Roman Reigns,
no, he's
you're
not.
just flat out.
No, he's not. No, he's not. I don't care.
But
about
the thing
stuff.
is, I think Hogan. Okay, I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm done defending him after this because I don't like defending Hogan. We have to remember that when you go to Japan as a gaijin, you have to get over by being decent in the ring. You can't talk because they don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And in America, you were moved by just having charisma. They were moved here by having charisma in the 80s. Like you just had to be this big character. Over there, you have to actually wrestle to get over.
So okay,
he was very successful over there.
He chose to come over here and be lazy then. Okay, that's fine.
Oh my god.
I mean, what are you telling me, Mo?
He didn't have to.
He didn't have to.
I mean, look.
If I could pluck my eyeballs out and roll them across the table, I would.
Can we just dead that argument? Because I mean, even if you count Japanese days, he's still not better than half the roster today. Like one Inseguri is not going to move you.
No.
That's like week 3 of West
in the 80s though. Like the style was just different back then. Like
it was just different.
You didn't have to do the most. Yeah. Roddy Piper's finisher was a sleeper. That's like a regular move in today's era. Like everybody uses a sleeper. You know, like Hulk Hogan had a leg drop. Everybody uses a leg drop nowadays. Even Shawn Michaels, that's what Jimmy. Everybody does super kicks nowadays. Like the styles were just different back then, so you didn't have to do the bare minimum. As long as you had like a larger than life character that got over, people were gonna like you. That's why people like the Ultimate Warrior. People knew probably he couldn't wrestle much, but his character is what people cared about the most. So that's why people gravitated towards guys like that. So you could really do the bare minimum as long as you were able to still go out there and have a character that people gravitated towards to. You had a pretty good shot at making it pretty far, you know. Nowadays it's different.
As long as you're a draw.
The athleticism has changed so much nowadays. It's like
cool. It
ain't going to just take the character.
Awesome.
You
gotta, points. You guys are all very intelligent. I'm still a no.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
Fair enough. I can't hate on that. Fair enough.
So we got 1 no for Hulk Hogan, 2 yes for Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
So we'll keep going on the list. What about The Undertaker?
Yes.
Easily. Taker clears.
This man froze up on us.
Uh-oh.
Couldn't take it.
That's crazy.
Let's see if he comes back for a minute, and then I'll re-ask the question. If not, then we'll just move on. Oh.
Damn, my nose is huge. What the fuck?
Got these connection problems, man.
That was weird. I haven't had a connection problem since we started. Anyway, I was a yes on Taker. I don't know what just happened.
All right, so we got yes for Undertaker unanimously. Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Easy.
Okay, so Stone Cold.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Rock.
Easily.
Nope.
Yes.
As of right now, yes.
For now.
We got 1 no, 2 yeses. John Cena.
Yes.
Kurt Angle.
No.
In WWE, no.
Not in WWE, no.
Overall, yes, but not WWE.
Yeah, overall, I can see an argument.
There's an argument. I might still be a no, but there's an argument.
Triple H.
No.
I take Triple H.
No.
Yes.
Nah.
What over Roman?
Yes.
You're fried.
Yes.
You're literally fried.
Yes.
Why the fuck?
Y'all got to stop with this Triple H.
How is Roman? How is Triple H better than Roman?
I'm tired of you niggas. Respect Triple H.
How is Triple H better than Roman? Deadass. Like how is he better?
All right. Simple as this. Triple H didn't hit the low that Roman hit. Okay. He hit some lows, but he never hit those lows. I don't. What is y'all's hate for Triple H? I don't understand.
I think he's
problem?
top 15. I don't think he's top 10, bro.
Oh
I don't think he was a top guy, but he was never the guy, right? He was never the guy in the
What's
company.
wrong with that?
And then his fault. No, and I thought his promos, like I said, his promos and his in-ring work, psychology, fantastic, but
That's what
dragged his match. His matches dragged.
Let me jump in that. Yeah, let me jump in there because that is. I've been struggling. That's one of the points with Triple H that I was trying to make, and obviously I wasn't here for the follow-up conversation. But one of the points about Triple H that I was trying to make, and I was having trouble formulating it, and Nate just hit the nail on the head. There is a distinct difference in the two skills between in-ring psychology and in-ring ability, and I feel like because of everything, the great in-ring chemistry and the great in-ring psychology that he had with guys like Michaels and Cena and The Undertaker, that those two things start to blend together a little bit. And I think you really need to have a solid line between the two because you can know how to put together. There's a great reason that all of these ex-WWE wrestlers that are producers right now that are putting together these matches did not have stellar WWE careers, and that's because they were not great in-ring performers. They couldn't go out and perform the stories that they put together in their heads. Triple H is better than those guys, obviously, but I think because of the era that he wrestled in and because of the people that he was often in the ring with and because he was such a great storyteller and an in-ring psychologist, I think he very often gets bonus points for his in-ring ability, which I do not think was nearly as good as the other people of his time. So, yes, Nate, thank you. I've been struggling to put that together.
It's not, but if you could still go out there and put on great matches consistently, then yes, some of his matches did drag. That I'll agree with y'all on. That part I do agree with y'all on. But
yeah, some of his matches definitely dragged. But okay, I need to hear what. I'll let Mo go first. What puts Triple H above Roman, and then what puts Roman above Triple H for the people who said Roman? So for you, why is Roman not above Triple H yet?
For me, I think it's the longevity. I think it's the highs, being the top heel during the biggest era in wrestling history, being a great antagonist for Rock and Austin, great factions, Evolution, DX. What else? I think he's had some of the best feuds, some of the best matches that we've ever seen. Triple H, I think for me, I think it's very close. I think Roman will pass him eventually. I just need to see more of this from Roman. I don't think it's like, a clear Triple H, runs away with it.
Okay. Nate or Jade, whoever, because you both said Roman.
I mean, listen, bro. I could okay. The first thing that came to my mind was the factions. Yes, DX, Evolution, great factions. I could argue the Shield and the Bloodline are better. So factions, we can just knock out the way. We just knocked that out the way.
Equal. Yeah.
I do agree that probably Roman needs to go on a longer run, but even still, I think the Tribal Chief. It could easily rival his Attitude Era run. And I think it's better, Reign of Terror, better than his DX stuff. The only character that you can match up against is his Attitude Era runs. And I think after a while, you could even say it is better. As a heel, I mean, they're both final bosses. Is Triple H a better final boss? Roman was really like that, bro. Like I
think Roman Reigns.
Neck and neck.
Roman Reigns is a better. Triple H was more of a savage. He was more deadly.
Yeah.
Like
he was more hateable.
I believed like he was more vicious. Where it's like I can destroy you if I want to. Sledgehammer, no sledgehammer. Like he gave off that. Roman Reigns was a better heel as far as the character aspect of the heel.
Yeah.
Like playing the final boss type character, like just embracing the heel. But I think Triple H was more. He was definitely more savage for sure. He was more of a savage heel, like.
And chat misunderstood me earlier when I said
what is that noise?
Roman, I don't know. Roman doesn't have the low. Triple H doesn't have. Triple H has lows. I'm not saying he doesn't, but no main eventer has ever hit the lows that Roman Reigns did.
Roman Reigns, no.
Nobody.
I agree.
Nobody.
What about Randy Orton?
Over Roman right now? No.
For now.
What do I put? I don't even know where I put Randy all the time.
No,
I got Roman at 6 or 7. So
you putting Randy Orton in higher than 67?
Higher than 6. I don't have him in top 5.
I probably have Roman like
I don't have
9 or
Randy in
10.
top
Yeah, Randy's a no for me, but it's hard. That's a hard.
It's
one.
very close. It's extremely close.
Yeah, it's close.
It's
I'll
like-
say that. I agree.
because there was that period of time where Randy was like just kind of there.
Yeah, boring. Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit. A little bit.
Yeah.
Because I
So-
almost hold that against him more than I hold the Big Dog era, because at least during the Big Dog era, at least you knew that Roman was there. There have been periods where Orton has gone through. I'm being serious.
2015, honestly.
2015 to 2016,
Yeah.
that period when SmackDown had the X symbol, right? That Randy Orton was just MIA during that whole period.
He literally had a mid-card title match at WrestleMania with 3 other mid-carders at WrestleMania 34. It was kind of like he was just literally like,
Yeah.
after he lost to Jinder, he was just like, just a guy.
Fair.
So he's had
Fair.
multiple points in his
So,
career. Where
So
he
just to make
underwhelmed.
it clear, because I know people gonna go crazy with this one. So y'all are putting Randy Orton over Roman Reigns.
I am.
I'm not Roman
For
over
now.
Randy.
I'm not. It's very close, but I think Roman edges it out. I think he edges it out.
All right.
What about
I'm not
Edge?
about that.
Yes. No. Over Roman, no. Over Roman, no.
No.
Brock
Sorry,
Lesnar.
Edge. Love you, but no.
Over Roman. I have him top 10 because like those accomplishments in that first 2 years, bro, like it's absolutely crazy. Like if he would, bro, like how he went to UFC and people watched because of his time in WWE, and that was 2 years, literally 2 years of going fucking crazy. So if he would have stayed, he went absolutely crazy. But do I put him over Roman? I probably put Brock at like a 10 all time. So I'm gonna say no.
Seth Rollins.
No.
No, but I want to add to the conversation, by the way, because Rollins is one of several guys who is who is suffering from what I call Pat Mahomes syndrome. The same kind of problem that guys like Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow and Josh Allen and all these great potentially all-time quarterbacks are going through, with the amount of press that they get, with the amount of team success that they get, that they achieve. It's partly because they play in the same era as Patrick Mahomes, who has now reached 8 straight AFC Conference Championship games and 2 Super Bowls going on 3 in a row. So Seth Rollins existing at the same time as Roman Reigns, and there are several guys who could say this. If Rollins had wrestled 10 years before Reigns or 10 years after, we may be already talking about Rollins as a top 5 all time. But because a lot of what they might have done with him had to be put on hold, unfortunately, because Roman had to be pushed ahead of him, yeah, he suffered for it. But at the end of the day, when all things are said and done, I'm probably going to have Rollins and Roman top 10 all time, because I think Rollins has got several more years left in him.
I agree.
But I right now I have Roman over Seth.
What about CM Punk?
Nope.
No.
AJ Styles?
No. Not
No.
WWE.
Not just WWE.
Not WWE.
Daniel Bryan?
No.
No,
Not
not
WWE.
just WWE.
So I mean that checks off a lot of names right there. So just
He's
to
top
recap,
10.
just to recap again, y'all just give yes or no. Y'all ain't gotta explain yes or no. Hulk
Okay.
Hogan,
Yes.
Yes.
Shawn Michaels,
Yes.
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 Undertaker,
Yes.
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 John Cena,
Yes.
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 Austin,
Yes.
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 Rock,
Yes.
Yes.
Kurt Angle,
No.
No.
Triple H,
Yes.
No.
Randy Orton,
No.
Yes.
Edge,
No.
No.
Brock Lesnar,
No.
CM Punk,
No.
2 no's.
Daniel Bryan,
No.
No.
AJ Styles,
No.
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 Seth Rollins.
No.
No.
Forgot one, bro.
That's a lot of no's right there. You
Forgot one, bro.
He's top 10.
No.
I mean, I literally just did my top 30, and I think I have Roman number 6.
No, yeah, top 10. And he's top 10 for me too. He's
Yeah,
top 10 for me too.
You,
But it's,
you forgot one, bro.
Who?
Almost.
Well, he's right all the time, so.
I mean, that's obvious. I mean, we don't even have
Come
to say it.
on, come on.
All these lists is
Exactly.
literally every except Omos. We don't even have to talk
So the
about
only
it.
ones y'all really,
I just had to
the
get
only
him.
ones y'all
get him
really
out.
disagreed on were Hogan, Orton, and Triple H were the ones.
The Rock were, yeah.
And The Rock. The
I
Rock.
forgot
Somebody
The
said
Rock.
The Rock too. So
That's a very like for now thing for me too.
I feel like I don't know. Rock and Austin are always kind of like the same for me. We're like they had the same peak, So just one guy did edge more in popularity and more impact, but like their peak was really kind of the same if you look at it. Like they were
in terms of like
when it started and it finished. It's the exact same. 98, both won the world titles, and then they both left.
Oh, you're talking about timing.
Yeah.
Oh,
their peaks were the same.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The same time frame.
Gotcha.
They did the same. They pretty much did they pretty much did the same shit in the same time frame too. Same titles, same people they fought. Popularity was kind of neck and neck, depending on what year too. You could even say some years Rock was even bigger. That's some years.
Oh, too, yeah. Rock had it.
So it was kind of neck and neck. Austin was just so big for WWE and what he meant for it. It just edges him out over Rock and overshadows what Rock had did. You know what I mean? I think that's the main issue. But like their peaks, their peaks are literally the same.
I've said before, if Austin had even like 5 more years of what he was doing, shut down the GOAT debates. I don't want to hear none of that.
Honestly, what just separates them, and I think another reason why people don't want to rank Rock as high is Austin left because he really had to because of the injuries. The Rock left because he wanted to leave. Like he didn't have to leave. He was still in the prime of his career, but he wanted to go make movies. You know what I mean? So he left. And people hated him for that reason too. When he left for that,
to go make the same.
He was so good. He was starting to get really good in ring, like right when he went to part time. Like 02, he was really starting to cook, and then
And he could have stayed. Like I said, he didn't have any injury problem. He could have stayed many years, but he wanted to go make movies and do other things. And Austin had to leave because his body was like physically giving up.
That's crazy too. And I feel like the same for Brock too, because he left. Like if he would have stayed, honestly, the way we look at John Cena.
Bro, if Brock Lesnar stayed, I've said this many times. If he had stayed in WWE, he's top 5.
He's probably top 5.
I think he would have been the GOAT. I think he would have been the GOAT.
That's one of those.
I don't know about GOAT.
That's one of those.
Well, you got to think. Austin left, Rock left. Cena's not going to get the push that he gets. Randy's still going to be Randy.
Yeah.
Rock, those 2 years.
I disagree with Cena though. I think Cena
probably would have went on the other brand and got popular.
Because Lesnar wouldn't have been.
He probably would have been like a Batista.
What John Cena was, Brock Lesnar wouldn't have been that type of baby face. Like that wasn't gonna be him. Like the gimmick that Cena portrayed, that wasn't gonna be Brock Lesnar. Like he doesn't give off anything about that. You know what I mean? So I think Cena still would have been fine. Batista and Randy, I think, would still have been fine just because of where they were positioned. They were in Evolution, so how could they not have succeeded? I think they all would have succeeded. Just Lesnar, his pushes would have still continued just based off what he did in 2 years. He won King of the Ring. Won the WWE title at 25 years old, which they probably wouldn't have had Randy Orton break that if Brock had stayed. So he would have been the youngest WWE champion ever. Won the Royal Rumble, main evented WrestleMania his first WrestleMania. He WWE champion 3 times by the time he left. So if he had stayed, he would have.
He was a Hall of Famer in those 2 years.
Yeah, he would have continued to get pushed. And he legitimately could have went down top 5 all time. Like how many people do you know got pushed like that just from the beginning of their career?
I think that's why I don't have Brock top 10. It's just the longevity just isn't there.
Yeah.
And
I don't know, but he came back and did some other stuff too, though, bro. Like
but we have to
like
remember 2017 to 2019 was insufferable.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, those
television.
Those years were bad.
Because at least Roman got the longevity on top of that.
Yeah.
Like, because Roman has the lows, obviously, but
like on paper, Brock has on paper. I think Brock's top 5 on paper. Like if you list all his accolades and the time, and the time period, you'd be like, this guy's top 5. Yeah. If you put it on paper, but obviously quality.
Well, yeah, because he WWE champion, youngest WWE champion, took the streak. Yeah, he got some
Universal Championship run, even though it was ass. If I said on paper, like that's 500 plus days as champion, as a world champion.
Yeah,
on paper, that's crazy. So.
Yeah. I could see it.
That reign did suck ass.
No, that reign was terrible.
Literally one of the worst reigns I've ever seen through my lifetime.
So bad,
like
bro.
by far.
So
it's insufferable. It was pretty bad. Not even just what made it so bad is just the lack of
care,
the lack of match quality that he was providing, and the lack of storylines they were giving him. Not to mention, they were putting him against people that legitimately should have been the ones to beat him, like Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman. Like those guys would have been great people to dethrone him as champion, but they were so hell bent on Roman Reigns, like the one guy that we don't want to see him as beat. Like we don't want to see it. Like they just made it happen because they wanted it to happen.
What gets on my nerves is that people always say, "Oh, but when Brock wanted to turn it on, he turned it on." Well, he didn't turn it on enough. I'm sorry. He had flipped the switch enough.
Yeah, why is that? Why does that have to be a thing? Like when he turns it on, it's like why does he have to like win? Like why can't he just turn it on?
Right.
I
Okay.
mean,
Just
it is true though. It is.
Like you wrestle like 3 times a year, bro. Like damn, like
That's the
Right.
problem.
turn it the hell on. Yeah.
yeah.
It's the
Like, he
problem.
would-
We have all this time
And
off.
it would depend on who he had. Like anytime he matched up with like the bigger guys like Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman, those matches were never that great. The builds were good, but the matches were never that great. Anytime he would wrestle AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, Finn Balor, the smaller guys, matches were always great. Those were like his best
That Daniel Bryan match.
his best matches. So
Ooh, that Daniel Bryan match is so
the
good.
AJ, bro, that AJ
I
Styles match
never get
at Survivor
tired of
Series,
watching
bro. I'm like, bro, this is crazy, bro. Like,
Imagine that in any other context. Imagine if all four of us sat down in front of our computers and said, "Boy, this podcast would sure be great if we turned it on."
Right.
What?
Wow.
we tried.
Well, Nate.
the
Yeah,
only
Malik,
good,
you're
Try.
the only good match he ever had with Braun Strowman and Samoa Joe was in Roman Reigns was the Fatal Four match.
Fatal
It's
Fatal
almost-
4-way.
The Fatal Four match. That was the only match
was an
they ever had
all-timer
that was
for me,
really good. Other than that, area of the match was very subpar at
But
best.
Brock, when he's selling, he's a bro. That motherfucker's a top 5 seller I've ever seen. Oh my god!
Yeah.
When
That's selling-
like just you remember when he was in the Yes Lock for so long? I legit he sold me. He was like he's gonna tap out. I was like he might tap
he's
out.
selling is really good.
That's the only time in his entire career that I ever came within an inch of thinking he was going to tap out.
That match is
it was
5
close,
stars, dog. 5, 6 stars. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Love
that
that
match
match.
is fucking fantastic, bro. So good.
No, that was
Bro,
We
it's,
must have given
the
like
crowd was so
4.75.
silent. The crowd because Brian kept getting thrown on his head. The
Bro,
crowd
and
was
people
so
thought, and people was
quiet.
like, oh my god.
Like he's
And
gonna
then
get
they like
squashed.
fucking erupt.
He's
Yeah, and
selling
then they
it.
erupted once he
his
made
selling is very, very good.
That kick out was so close. He's one of the best kick out artists too. That shit was
Yes,
so close.
dude, yes.
That
his
was so
selling is
close.
very, very good.
Him and Roman, bro.
He can stay away though. Don't get it twisted. You can stay away, please. I know people
Yeah.
under the
Yeah.
you come back. No, stay away, bro. Stay away.
Can I at least get him in the games though? Like, please.
You got the cost for that.
He might be in the game. I mean, being in the game is different. He
I
might
don't
be
hit
in
the
game.
same.
I
I hate
feel
playing
like,
with like Jeff Hardy calls. I hate
When
that
he wants
shit.
to turn it on, though, he definitely can turn it on. It's just, it sucks to say that when he wants to turn it on, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Like that'd be terrible. Like, damn, Malik, I love your videos when you turn it on.
it's imagine like we were talking about Ronda Rousey last week, right? And she was kind of the same way. Like her second run, it was like the lack of passion turning on when you want to turn it on. You know what I mean? Like remember 2013? You know when CM Punk before he had left and everything. What we know now, what he was going through, like mentally, that's probably like one of the worst years of his life. You know, like mentally, that's
Yeah.
what he's going through. You know how many great matches he had that year though? John Cena on Raw,
Right.
WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar, SummerSlam,
Lesnar's,
Chris
yep.
Jericho at Pay-Per. He put on
Yep.
incredible matches all year.
Bangers. Some of the
Like
best
bangers
matches of his
all year.
career.
And
Yeah.
find out that was one of like the worst times of his lifetime. You know what I mean? So like if he can turn it on, anybody can turn it on. You feel me? Like he didn't want to be there. You feel me? Like he's wrestling because he had to. So this also devalues Brock a little bit for me, putting him in those conversations because it's like he has good matches, but it's like sometimes you just feel like he puts effort into certain things. At least that's how it feels. I could be wrong, but it
But
feels
he just
that way
doesn't
a lot of
care
times.
sometimes.
Like he
yeah.
feels like he only puts effort into certain things that he wants to really put effort into. And then there are times when you feel like he's not putting in the effort and it doesn't make it feel authentic. It doesn't make it feel good. You know, you could just feel that way sometimes. Maybe I don't want to say I'm right because I don't know the man, but it legitimately does feel that way a lot of times. Like the
And
Bobby
that
Lashley,
comeback-
I mean,
the Bobby Lashley
he
shit
came
turned
back-
out way better than what.
Oh my
How
god.
all three of those matches like turn out that way, bro. All three?
And when he first came back, bro, like those first 2 years was just
yeah.
it's a lot of.
Like, so
I mean,
the
it
first
doesn't.
2 years was really good though when he first came back. It's when he started winning championships for me. That's when it became an issue. The Triple H stuff.
First
Was
years
good.
are
I
okay.
enjoyed him from like 2014 to
The Triple
2016.
H stuff
I was
good.
loving
I
Brock on
like the
TV.
Triple H stuff. That was good. The John Cena stuff was cool. Even though he should have beat John Cena.
He
but
should have beat John Cena.
That was
yeah.
cool.
I will say the Triple H stuff was good until they had to wrestle, except Extreme Rules. I didn't like SummerSlam. I didn't like Mania. Extreme Rules was
I
good.
like all the
Mania was all right. Mania was all right.
It was fine. It was
thought all the
as a
matches dragged.
Mania match. It was
It
disappointing.
was another one that dragged
It's
for
a
Triple
fucking
H.
Triple H match, bro. It's a Triple H WrestleMania match. They
Yeah.
always drag, bro.
I liked their matches. I thought the stories were good too. The stories were appealing. Then it was CM Punk stuff was great. And went into that stuff afterwards. And then the stuff with Undertaker, the bill was good. Just the match wasn't great. And then the Cena
Oh my
stuff,
God,
like
bro.
2015 was cool too, even when he was champion. Like 2016 is really when it started to kind of edge out for me. Like when it became because that Dean Ambrose match was so bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
That build was really, really
Terrible.
good. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. No holds barred. It's gonna be a great match. I saw that match. I'm like, yeah, he don't.
Didn't even get to
I
use
was
the
so it was
bar
such a unique matchup too. I was so disappointed.
That
Ambrose
match
should've
made
won
me
that
feel like he
Royal
didn't
Rumble.
care
Yeah.
most. I'm like,
No, he
eh.
did not care. And Ambrose said he pitched a whole bunch of ideas, so Lesnar just did
And
not.
Brock was like,
Yeah.
nope.
He didn't want to.
Nope.
He didn't
Nope.
care.
Nope.
He was like, yeah, whatever. I guess we'll figure it out. You know.
I'm pretty sure it's even worse than that. I believe he said that they said they'll take them under advisement all the way up to the day of the show, and then on the day of the show said, hey, we're not doing any of that. And he was like, oh, okay, well, let's just start
Fuck
over then.
WrestleMania 32.
That's like my only. That would be like my only fear about him coming back for the Gunther match. I just like my only
Not
thing is like,
caring?
would he care enough to do it though? Like, would he actually sell the chop? Would he actually do what he's
He
supposed
better.
to do? You know what I mean?
I'll say he better, bro.
Because if he
He's
came
been off
back,
for 2 years.
if he came back and he cared, the match could be a top match of the year. You know what I mean? Like it's Gunther and Led, that could be a top match of the year. But if he comes back and he doesn't care, because it's always the bigger guys that he wrestles that the match is just never really good unless it's like back in like 2003 or something like that, like wrestling Big Show or something. Those matches were good, but back then he was putting in effort. Nowadays it's like if he comes back and faces Gunther, I don't want to see just a bunch of suplexes and slaps and stuff. Like I want to see Gunther still does do what he does to other wrestlers doing to Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar still getting his shit in too. Like I don't want to see like lack of effort, because then it's gonna like. Then we're gonna have to sit up here and say we finally saw a bad Gunther match because one guy,
Which is terrible, bro.
Because of Brock Lesnar.
one guy didn't want to put in the effort. So, I mean, if he wants to come back and put in the effort, that match literally could be a match of the year contender for WWE. Like I'm talking about if he really wants to commit to it, because he could still put on good matches. It's just a matter of if he wants to do so, and that honestly goes to a detriment to what Jay was talking about with Hulk Hogan. When certain people get that power, they have the ability to do shit like that. You know what I mean? Where it's just like,
To just not give a fuck. Yeah.
what are you gonna say? What are you gonna tell him to do though? You know what I mean? Like, when Rock comes out and he goes 15 minutes over, who's gonna tell him he can't do it? And then even if you tell him he can't do it, wasn't even gonna matter. He still can do it. I mean, so it's like,
I wish they would tell him to shut the fuck up and get the fuck on.
I mean, even they did tell him. I mean, they might have already told him what was there?
Hey, Rock, can you shorten your promos? I got a show to run.
He can still say, "Yeah, I got you."
He ain't gonna do it.
Still do it, and then he can come back and be like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean it."
My bad.
That's all.
Or just say fuck off. Just walk away.
He might not even say
Off
anything.
is the direction you can fuck.
Right.
But to get into some of the topics of today with the podcast, Royal Rumble's coming up. I want to ask you guys, we're gonna break it down differently. And what I thought about earlier today, we did that episode where we did our WrestleMania, like the show where we did like what we think is gonna happen at WrestleMania. And as of looking back at that shit, it's gonna look so bad now. Looking back, we did that shit months ago, and
Yep.
none of that stuff is probably gonna happen. And looking
No.
back, just based off what it was like in October, or whatever, so many things have changed where I'm like, I would definitely change that. I would definitely change that. I would definitely change that. So what I want to ask you guys first thing is, who do you think should win the Royal Rumble? We obviously don't. The only person they've announced for the women's is Nia Jax, so we don't know.
That's crazy.
Awesome, man.
This sucks for me, but who should win the men's Royal Rumble is CM Punk. And I think it's the right decision for more than one reason.
Right.
Who should win the women's Royal Rumble for me is kind of a crapshoot, honestly, because they haven't done any booking of any woman that I look at and see that's the story, that's the person that, I don't think it's going to be either woman who just won one of the mid-card titles. I don't think it's going to be Chelsea. I don't think it's going to be Valkyria. I think they're out.
Obviously.
Charlotte is a strong contender. I think a returning Becky Lynch might be a strong contender.
Yeah.
And as far as anyone who's active right this second, who's been putting the work in, I don't think it's going to be Bianca. I don't think it's going to be Jade. I don't think it's going to be Naomi. Nia might be a strong contender. If I was betting money, if I was in Las Vegas right now betting money, I'd probably bet on Charlotte. I'd probably bet my money on Charlotte and CM Punk. Now, I don't think that's who should win, but I don't really have enough information to say who should win the women's Rumble because there's not really.
They haven't announced too many people.
There's no build.
Right,
There's no build.
exactly.
I don't
There's
know
no
if they're
build.
doing that
I'm
like
scared.
on purpose, because with the women's rumble, you're gonna see more NXT people. And now they got the TNA deal. You'll probably see some TNA people in there as well. Like, so I don't know if they're keeping it that way on purpose, but yeah, they definitely need to declare some other people. Like
Now,
if
they want to solidify,
they really could have just said in that promo pack is like Charlotte come back. They could have just announced that, like Charlotte Royal Rumble return.
Yeah,
because they're still gonna have other returns for that as well. If they want to keep Becky secret, keep her secret. Whoever else, Jordan Grace, keep her secret. But like Charlotte, they could have announced that one. Like we could have been like, oh, Charlotte's coming back. We get it. Bianca and Jay could already declared because they're the tag champs. They're not gonna defend the titles. So might as well just throw them in there. Bailey can declare now too because she lost. So like, Liv Morgan can declare she's not gonna fight for the championship either. Put her in there. Like, why are these people not? Saying
from a historical perspective, who should win? I guess I would say Jordan Grace because I think that's the single most interesting thing they could do with the Royal Rumble and the women at this point.
So you said CM Punk and Charlotte would be your.
So for who should, I'm changing my answer to Jordan Grace, CM Punk and Jordan Grace.
Okay. That's who should win for you. What about you, Nick?
Should, yeah.
Who should win for the men's? I'm going to go with John Cena because the way to get to a world title, I feel like you can tell that story of, I got lucky, basically. Like, kind of like I got lucky. Like, I didn't pin anybody. You can still tell that story like I still haven't won a match yet. And so, like, his next, whoever he faces at the Chamber could be like, okay, well, you didn't win an actual match. So, like, can you, like, let's see if you still got it. Like, it could be Ludwig Kaiser. Like you didn't win. So, like, you want to face Gunther, but you didn't win a match. And I think it would be great if Cena would be he would enter Stone Cold territory, being the second person to win 3 Royal Rumbles. And I think if they really want to solidify him as the greatest of all time, which I believe he is already, I think to solidify that, because they keep calling him that, I'm like, okay, give him 3 Royal Rumble wins up there with Stone Cold and have him break the record this year of Stone Cold, of Ric Flair, the 16-time world champion record, which is not the real record, but anyway, like have him win that, and you could solidify him as the greatest of all time. So I think you could tell that story like, oh, I won the Rumble, and then Ludwig's like, well, you didn't pin anyone, so you have to pin me at Elimination Chamber. So, and then you can have that match at the Chamber, and then Cena can go on, get his ass royally beat by Gunther, belt planted to ass at that point, and then he can go on this whole redemption. Yeah, exactly. And he goes on this like entire redemption arc of like, oh, do I really have it? Like, I really don't think I can do it. Like, Gunther beat his ass that bad that he's actually starting to doubt. And then he starts to build, and we start to see shades of Super Cena. And you can really tell that story throughout the end of the year. Then, whether it's his last match, he wins it, or he wins it at SummerSlam, and then he drops it in his last match, which I think that's probably what they should do, have him lose it to Braun Breaker. That should be the guy to beat John Cena on his way out. But anyway, you can tell that story. However you want to tell that story, I think Cena should be the guy. I think it's a better narrative. It's a better story. He's in Stone Cold territory. Women, I'm with Jade. I don't have enough information to say who should win. I think Jordan Grace is probably the best option, especially if you want to spice things up in your women's division. You really want to solidify the next big star.
And cement the partnership.
And cement the partnership. I think that's probably your best option. Have her face Rhea Ripley. Have her beat Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Really,
Jordan versus Rhea would move tickets, y'all. That would
move fucking tickets. Crazy.
She'll probably be in WWE because her contract expires like right before.
Yeah, that's a Big E special.
With the company.
Yeah, and that's a Big E special right there. That's 2 meaty women slapping meat. So I think we need to see that. And then like who else is going to face Rhea at WrestleMania? Io already lost. Even though Rhea and Io
beating everybody. That's the whole.
That doesn't really. And I'm being honest, doesn't scream WrestleMania to me. Like that's like Elimination Chamber. No, because Io's not in that position. On Raw, maybe because there's literally no one else. But Io has not been positioned into that territory. I think Becky versus Rhea screams WrestleMania. I think Liv versus Rhea versus Becky screams WrestleMania more than Io versus Rhea, because Io hasn't been put in that position to really be looked at as her. She literally just lost to Liv Morgan. So if you can't beat Liv Morgan clean, what makes you want me to believe you can beat Rhea Ripley clean? No, get out of here. Get out of here. Go face Lyra for the Intercontinental Champion.
Someone said Finn. Oh yeah, y'all cooked. Y'all are cooked.
So I'm gonna say Jordan Grace. That's who should win the Rumble. Looking at all the other options, I'm just going to say Jordan Grace.
Okay, Mo.
Men's side, who should win the Royal Rumble, I'm gonna go ahead and say John Cena as well. I think there's a very easy story to tell there with him trying to go for number 17. If you want to sell tickets, John Cena going for number 17 is fantastic. There you go. The match with Gunther would work. The match with Cody would work, even though that may or may not get Cody booed. But I think those are two good stories you could tell. Who I think is going to win, probably him again. I don't. Part of me doesn't see Cody Roman this year. I just don't. Punk, I don't think his stuff with Seth is done. The way their match went at Raw and Netflix, I don't think that's it. They got to keep it going. Drew to me is a dark horse.
3 more months of
as well.
build, you could handle that anyway. Sorry, go ahead. I don't.
You're right. I think Drew's a dark horse for that one though. Women's side, who should win? Y'all sold me on Jordan Grace. I will say that y'all definitely did. It gives new blood. It gives her a big, super big push.
Yeah.
When she first gets in.
Because guys, for chat, if you don't know, Triple H loves him some Jordan Grace. He cannot wait for Jordan Grace to be WWE exclusive. He is foaming at the mouth.
Waiting.
He is ready.
That's
if you don't think that that rocket's getting strapped to her back as soon as she signs, I got bad news for you. There ain't gonna be no NXT North American chat. Nah, none of that shit. This is gonna be as soon as she signs. This is gonna be Ronda Rousey level rocket straight to the back type shit. Hope y'all ready for it.
I think Io is also a really good option. Rhea and Io would be a great match. That's just me. Who I think is going to win Charlotte Flair. So she's gonna be the first one to win 2 Rumbles because they're trying to force this Charlotte's the GOAT thing so hard. So yeah.
Okay, so Charlotte Flair is definitely an option for sure because Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte is the match that we all think is going to happen. I said in the chat a couple days ago that Jordan Grace is the person I think should win. It establishes a new star off it, which they desperately need right now in the division because the only main stars right now, everybody's like fought each other already. You know what I mean? Especially with Rhea. Everybody's done fought each other. So Jordan Grace to me is who should win. And for me, who should win the men's is Roman Reigns. But not Roman and Cody too, though. I think they should do Roman versus Cody versus CM Punk in a triple threat at WrestleMania. That's what I think they should do. Obviously, we already know Roman Reigns wins. He already said he was going after. He already made that clear, so we don't need to figure out and wait. And then that favor that CM Punk wants from Paul Heyman is to get him inserted into this match so he can be in the WrestleMania main event. He could fight in night 1 main event, but I think he wants the marquee main event. Night 2 is like the big stage, the main event spot. I think that's the story that they should tell, and I think that's what they will tell. Because I just feel like Rock isn't going to be part of this WrestleMania. If The Rock is going to be a part of WrestleMania, then Roman should not win the Rumble. And I think CM Punk should win the Rumble if it's not going to be Roman Reigns. But
that's a good caveat. That we have no idea what The Rock's involvement is going to be, and that's what makes it hard to say.
Right. So if The Rock is going to hypothetically be at WrestleMania, then Roman Reigns doesn't need to win the Royal Rumble because there's many different storylines they can do. He still probably could win it if they're going to do the triple threat with Rock, Roman, and Cody. But if The Rock isn't going to be a part of it, then I'm going to say CM Punk. If he's going to miss WrestleMania, then I would really like to see Roman, Punk, and Cody in the main event of WrestleMania because I think that's just insanely big and it's very unpredictable if you ask me. Like each guy has their own story. Roman trying to get back everything that he lost last year. Punk wanted to prove that he's still the best. Cody having to face his biggest obstacle yet, not only having to beat Roman Reigns again, but now CM Punk. So is Cody still going to be the guy? Does he continue to be champion afterwards? So I think it makes a very interesting story. Dark horse for the Rumble, Drew McIntyre is a very good dark horse, I would say, for somebody that could possibly win. Just based off of many different story avenues, I guess they could want to go to. So I'll say Drew is my dark horse. I can see Drew being a dark horse. I don't think he will win, but he's somebody that I definitely think you should look out for. Dark horse for the women too would have to be Becky Lynch. Maybe if we're going to talk about Charlotte winning, Becky Lynch also has to be in that conversation. Not saying that Becky should win, but it's a very strong a very strong possibility. So I just feel like with Charlotte, like they could have her win, but they just give her the elimination chamber or something, bro. Like she just win the chamber and just go from there. But Charlotte could be a very strong contender to win because I feel like at this stage, there's no way they don't do Tiffany versus Charlotte at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like,
by the way, on the token, she's my pick for who will win. Charlotte Flair is going to win the 2025 Royal Rumble. All you guys who want to cry about it, get your tissues ready. I don't know what to tell you. She's coming back. She's going to win it. So get ready for that. As far as Roman goes, I think
Charlotte Flair.
What I think will happen with Roman, because my will for the men is CM Punk as well. I think he should and he will. I think Roman is going to be illegally eliminated from the Rumble from the outside by either or The Rock and Solo Sikoa, one or the other. I think he's going to be illegally eliminated that way, and that gets Roman out of the way, and then obviously Punk can throw out Drew McIntyre and throw out Seth Rollins. And
okay, let me ask you guys this. I'm not saying this will happen, but we really got to put all possibilities on the table with this Rumble, I feel like, because we really have no idea what could really happen. Especially with what we saw on Raw on Netflix. We thought they were going to do certain things, but they didn't, so it's kind of left people confused. What if number 30 is The Rock? Just hypothetically. What if he comes out number 30? I'm not saying he'll win, but what if like Roman's in
at that point, bro, if he's number 30, bro.
Throw each other out. Roman and Rock throw each other out.
I don't see. Honestly, I don't see.
What if they tell a story like Rock comes out, and what if Roman eliminates The Rock, and then Rock maybe comes back in and then throws out Roman? Or
I'd be okay with that. I'm okay with Rock being in the Rumble. Full stop. I'm perfectly fine with, especially a surprise appearance where The Rock Roman enters the Rumble, right? Punch, Superman punch, spear. He clears the ring and he throws up the one, and then The Rock's music hits. Cinema. I'm down. But if The Rock wins, we're gonna have a problem.
No, I'm not saying he'll win, but hypothetically, like, I'm just saying that image, like, let's say Roman.
I am okay with The Rock being in it as long.
I think Triple H is smarter than that to give him the win.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, if The Rock shows up, that puts the fear of like,
right.
No, it's like,
well, that'll be good then.
I mean, the only person who can toss him out is Roman Reigns, because I don't see Rock entering the Rumble just to get tossed out by fucking like.
Let's say they're working together. They're working together.
Why did we think of the same person?
Let's say like they're working together. They're making it look good, and then maybe Roman just toss him out. And everybody for himself at the end of the day, right? Tosses him out, and then Roman Reigns is like, "Listen, bro."
He pulls a Kurt Angle no 5. He just goes back into pieces.
Only one of us can get it.
Yep.
Only one of us.
No, you know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen. I can already see it in my head. Is that The Rock and Roman are gonna work together and clear the ring, right? And then the Roman's gonna step forward and put up the one. And then behind him, The Rock's going to do that thing where he puts his hands on his legs, starts doing this, bouncing around, right into the rock bottom. I'm ready. Yeah.
I can see Rock doing that. I can see Rock doing that, and then Roman like turning around and like Rock being like,
right.
Could
have had you.
He's like, I got you. And then Roman tosses.
Roman turns around, then he hooks him with a low blow.
This is why it's like the Rumble season is my favorite part of the calendar, bro. Like, I know WrestleMania is the biggest part, but man,
okay. So who's
Rumble's
somebody
so exciting?
Who's somebody that should absolutely not win this match? Like this, don't absolutely not win.
The Rock is up there, but listen, the answer is the answer I gave weeks ago, and that's Logan Paul. But at the same time, oh my God, I would love it. Oh my God!
Why?
So good. It'd be so good, Mo.
I'm not against it. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Especially if he's gonna be full time.
I knew I was gonna need it eventually.
I want to say, I just want to be very clear.
I knew it.
In no realm, world, or reality should this happen. But if it did, I'd be on board. I'd be on board for Gunther versus Logan Paul.
I will apologize to Tony Khan. That's what
I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it.
Oh my God!
I wouldn't hate it, but I wouldn't love it either. Like I wouldn't love it. I would be like, okay, you had better options, but then again,
but no, ain't no then again. Ain't no then
with either Gunther or Cody. I mean, I mean,
It would,
he could
but
cook with him.
why?
Cody would be.
Hey, there's rumors. Logan might face Gunther, so this might be the way we get there.
Planet? No, fuck planet to ass. Galaxy to ass. That's what we gonna see, bro. That nigga gonna die.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be
Oh
a
no,
Saudi
yeah,
race, that's for sure.
he gonna be cooked.
It's gonna be a Saudi race.
But no, that shouldn't happen. I'm just saying if it does.
What about for the women? Then?
I love Logan, but no, bro. Charlotte Flair.
To be honest, bro.
Yeah,
Becky
Liv
or
Morgan.
Charlotte.
Liv Morgan.
Becky or Charlotte.
Liv Morgan should not win the Royal Rumble. That's what.
Oh my god, yeah, no, just to
We're
get
done
that
with that
Rhea,
rivalry.
yeah, no,
We're done.
Rhea.
Can you imagine if Liv Morgan actually won the Royal Rumble?
And it's like, I'm coming for you. Cry about it.
Yo, hey, yo, chill out.
I would
Why
say.
she
I would
laughs
say
like she choking on her tongue.
Charlotte, and Becky would be the two for me that should not win. Like, no.
just because there's other ways they could get there.
Yeah, they don't need it, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I
There's
get it.
Charlotte and Becky Lynch.
To that extent, I kind of feel the same about low key about Roman. Like, bro, you can get it. You could just be like Cody, run it back one more time.
Run it back.
And Cody's like,
Type shit.
Yeah, but you can say the
wrestle
same.
me one more time.
You can say the same for John Cena too, though.
That is true. That is very
Yeah,
true.
but no, because he's a fucking loser.
But John Cena's
So-
made it clear, like, I gotta earn my
He's-
way.
he's-
I've been
John
Yeah.
Cena, like
he
he's a loser,
said
but
that.
he's lost like years.
Now here's the thing though, I do love, because I don't think Cena's winning the Royal Rumble, but the promo that he cut and the way that he explained it and the way that he talked himself around to it, that's why Cena's the GOAT. Because he could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in the park with white gloves. I mean, that dude, the way that he talked me around
Jade
to
white
it
as
is
hell,
something to behold. You guys ever seen Tommy Boy? You guys ever seen Tommy
nah.
Boy? Yeah.
Nah.
No, there's a scene where Tommy, his dad was a great salesman, and he's talking to one of his dad's top salesmen, and he's like, I can be just as good of a salesman as my dad. And he's like, your dad was a genius. He could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves.
That's
how
crazy.
you said all the time.
That's hilarious.
Tommy Boy,
That's funny.
If you guys
I
are
love
seeing
Tommy
Chris
Boy.
Farley, David Spain, right? You gotta check it out.
Oh, it's
Here
so
we go.
funny.
People hating on Cena in the comments, bro. Here we go. Here y'all go.
Hate on him all you
Come on,
want.
old
He's the GOAT.
heads. He is a GOAT.
Probably.
I'm gonna add to the woman. EO should not win because, bro, you lost to Liv Morgan clean.
Right.
You can't. No, you're not coming back from
But
that.
that's
How am I
a
supposed
revival.
to believe, bro? If you can't beat Liv Morgan clean, you no way you're beating Rhea. I don't care if the match is gonna cook. So would fucking EO. So would Rhea Ripley and Dakota Kai. You think that's a WrestleMania match?
That's not the same.
Come on, stop
not
saying
the
that match
same.
would cook. The Rhea could cook with a lot of the women on the roster. A lot of WrestleMania matches would cook. Doesn't mean it's a WrestleMania worthy match. No, you can't beat Liv Morgan clean. You cannot beat Rhea Ripley.
The more I think about it, I don't think I'd be happy really with any potential Rhea match besides Jordan Grace. I think any other match is going to feel stale.
The only other one would be
or-
Bianca, but she's in a
but Bianca's not a
That
realistic possibility.
Yeah, that should be a WrestleMania.
You
main
need
event
more.
later on.
You need more build. You need more build for that.
Right.
For sure.
A lot more build.
That'd be a main event whenever they do it.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, if Bianca won the
100%.
Rumble, though, they got many months to build it. It's just it would make sense because she's in a tag team, and then they got the Jade stitch. So it's
Well,
like-
they got the J stuff, yeah.
right.
Storyline wise, just as, and they haven't really even teased it like that. So it's kind of like I feel
Yeah,
like
they
that's
will.
a match you got to tease. You got to like that Becky Rhea stuff. Like you got to tease it, bro. Like you can't just be like, all right, we're doing it. Like Bianca was in a tag team all year, and now she's like, you got to build that match because that's a WrestleMania main event. That's like 100% of me. Whenever
Facts.
So this is a super chat earlier, and I'm just not getting to it. I saved it though. What are Roman's top 5 matches? This was during the little Roman debate we
Woo.
had earlier.
That's tough.
The ones that pop
Definitely
up
put
just at the
WrestleMania.
top, without thinking too much about it, the ones that pop up, the triple threat, Edge and Daniel Bryan,
Yes.
is up there.
Interesting.
Roman versus who was it? Fuck. Did he have a match with AJ Styles that was really good?
Extreme
or
Rules,
am
yeah.
And
Yeah.
Extreme Rules and Payback. They had 2 of them.
Yeah. I think I'm thinking of Extreme Rules. Roman and Seth at the Royal Rumble is up there, even if you don't like the ending. I'm just throwing them out. I mean, what do you guys think?
I would say his 2 matches with Cody. I would put in there.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Last year's WrestleMania.
Drew McIntyre Clash at the Castle for sure.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I think an underrated match
You
of the
could put-
Tribal Chief era is his match with Matt Riddle on
I'm not
SmackDown.
gonna lie.
That is
That was good. That was
Listen,
good.
bro, I'm not gonna lie. That match he had with Logan Paul with Dummy. I ain't gonna lie, dude. That match was crazy.
I won't put it top 5, but
Okay.
it was good. It was really good.
The one in
You can
Saudi.
put that 31 WrestleMania 31 up there.
Oh, WrestleMania 31 with
yeah.
Brock. Yeah, that would be in the top 5 for sure. I would say. And then
It's my favorite
probably
match,
like
man. I just don't want to glaze it today.
probably like the triple threat with Daniel Bryan and Edge is pretty good too. That's a pretty good one.
I've watched that one so many times.
That's a pretty good one. I might throw that one in there. That was a pretty good one for one event too, to establish Roman even further down the line. So
That's
Honestly,
I'd
bro,
have to sit down and think
underrated
about
one that doesn't get talked about enough is his match with Cesaro at Backlash. That shit was so good.
that. So fucking good.
Shit
Like,
was
it just shows like
gas.
Roman could really like grapple with the best.
And his
He
match
could
with
really-
I think it was Brian at Fastlane. If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken, that shit was
both
gas
of them.
too.
Both of them.
Both the
two.
Fastlane matches, yes.
Yeah.
Roman versus Randy Orton SummerSlam 2014. That's a good one too.
That was a good one. Yeah. Solid match.
That was before Roman was even like a main event guy.
Top 5 is hard on a whim, but
I know, but
those are the ones that would be in contention. I think.
Oh, hold on. You can't be the GOAT without top 5 stories or rivals all time. Cena doesn't have it.
Bro, I'm not listening to
What
Ralph.
the-
bro. All he does is
what
hate
are
on
you
Cena.
talking
Bro.
about,
All he
you
does is hate on
potato?
Cena.
That's
Ignore
How
him. Ignore him. I
How
talked
did
to
a
Ralph on my
potato
Discord.
sprout
Leave him
fingers
alone.
and make a comment? outta
That
here.
is crazy.
Yeah,
Shout out Ralph though.
Unyeasting the bread.
Yeah, I don't know. Man.
Unseasoned
John
the
Cena
salt,
and
bro.
Edge.
Uncheesing the its.
John Cena and Edge, the top tier rival. John Cena, CM Punk.
Unoranging the orange.
A lot of good rivals. A lot of good stories too. A
You're
lot of good moments.
unbeating the sunny.
Unfrying the egg, bro.
Uncapreing the sun.
You're hating the cool, man. Get out of here.
You're uncooling the egg.
Roman versus Logan was pretty crazy. What are surprise returns you want to see happen at the Rumble, or some surprise factors? I guess we'll say.
I don't think we're seeing any in the men's at all, unless it's the Rock.
Nah.
That's the only
We
one.
don't
We
need
never
him,
see
bro.
him. We don't see him. We don't see him. We don't see
Can I
him.
say something about that
not-
real quick? I
What?
think people get too mad about, there wasn't any big return.
Too caught up in the
Go
return.
watch 05.
He-
Go watch
Here-
2005.
here's what I will say. Here's what
enough.
I will say. I will say this: you don't have surprise returns, but yet you have both Street Profits in, and they get tossed out within under a minute. What's the point?
That is
So
So you
kinda
gotta
bad.
have something.
Right.
You
There's
gotta
gotta be a
balance it
balance.
out.
Yeah.
If you're going to fill it with tag team guys, there's no point. Tag team wrestlers honestly should not be in the
Shouldn't
Rumble
be in there,
unless
no.
you're trying to tell that story. You have plenty of guys in NXT. So before you put like Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, or any of the Motor City Machine Guns or whoever in the Rumble, no, go to NXT. There's no need for a tag team guy. If the tag team is good, if there's a story that you want to tell, like if you for some reason want to finish off Grayson Waller and Austin Theory and have him in the Rumble, fine, tell that story. But if you're not, then no,
Now-
they should not be in the Rumble. You
Let-
have
let
so
me
many
just-
people
Let me just say
in that
this,
developmental you can bring up.
MMCG is a little bit different for me because they're both established single stars, but
They are, but not to WWE audience.
not
Not to the audience.
WWE. Yeah.
That's
Not to this
but,
audience.
but I agree with both points. The 2022 Rumble was terrible because it had 6 tag teams compete in it. That's almost half
Right.
the field taken up by tag teams. But
That
at
is
the
a big
same
march,
time, a Royal Rumble is not bad by default just because the Repo Man didn't drag his ass out there as a surprise return.
Crazy.
Both things. can
Literally,
be-
All right,
2005
Simon
was
Miller.
goated, and there's no surprise return. Like their biggest shock entrant was Jonathan Coachman.
Yeah.
And that is still a top 10 Royal Rumble of all time. So
Yeah, people
Hey,
were.
Jonathan Coachman, come back. One
Two-
more time.
2001.
Hey, 10 years later, 20 years later. Come on. Jonathan, 20 years later.
2001 had Honky Tonk
2001's
Man.
biggest surprise was Drew Carey, and that's one of the top 10 Rumbles of all
that
time.
shit was so funny.
Get
Oh
out
my.
of here.
I
The
think,
way he
uh,
climbs over the top rope.
I think there's gonna be some surprise.
Nigga, no one said Eddie Thorpe. You literally have
Edward.
Ethan Page.
Edward.
What are you talking about? Why is that the first name
Edward.
that pop in your mind? There's literally Trick
Edward.
Williams. There's Ethan Page. Yet you could bring the NXT champion Obafemi. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah,
Wesley.
yeah.
What are you talking about?
TNA guys are open. I think that's probably
TNA guys.
Jeff Hardy?
the
Yeah,
biggest
yeah.
surprise.
Let's see.
Guys, if hold on, I just got to say, if Nick Nemeth comes out in the Rumble, oh my God, I'm gonna be so happy.
That would be great. That would be
so
great.
happy.
I
Just
feel
get
like if it's
eliminated,
going to be any TNA guy, they're going to choose like former WWE. It's not
Hendry's gonna
choose
be
like-
in
For sure.
there.
For sure.
Joe Hendry. He might be number 2. That's my pick for number 2.
If I hear no more words at Royal Rumble, I'm gonna be Malik. You're muted. You're muted, bro.
You're muted, dog.
Oh, did we lose connection? I think we might have lost him.
Malik,
Still
you're
talking.
muted.
He's still talking.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there we go.
If it's gonna be former WWE guys, it would definitely be like Jeff Hardy for sure.
I'd cry.
You'll get a big pop. I think Jeff Hardy, Moose could be an option too, because Triple H wanted Moose years ago, and he had Moose, but then he re-signed with TNA, so I definitely could see Moose popping up.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Moose. Oh, it was in
I didn't
WWE.
know.
Like that was a done deal.
Oh, Joe Hendry, yeah.
Moose,
Friend of the-
this was a done deal. This was like 2022 or something like that. Like Moose was a done deal, and then he like backed out last minute and then stayed in TNA. So
Interesting.
By the way,
if Joe Hendry shows up, I'm fine with that.
One
That's
person I'd
all the
love to
surprise
see in the Rumble, friend of the podcast, Layla. Love to see Layla.
Oh
in the
yeah,
Royal Rumble.
absolutely.
That would be cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Layla could be
Yeah.
dope. Layla could be dope.
Absolutely.
We started something.
I know. AJ Lee's the big one everybody wants every
yeah.
year.
I don't see
That
it.
would be crazy. She might honestly show up. She might get popular.
I think it might be more possible this year than it was last year. Honestly,
No,
for
I,
sure.
I think it'd be more possible.
Yeah.
Matt Cardona could be a good one. That's
I will never forgive them for pausing at number 30 just for Liv Morgan. I'll never forgive them for that. Ever since then,
They did that with
I
Sami
my
Zayn,
faith in
too.
Triple H. Yeah, bro. Like, stop
Sami
pausing
Zayn,
before
bro.
30 if you ain't gonna be no one big, bro. I love Sammy, but you ain't worthy of a pause, bro. Like, you were gone for like a month. Like, not like he was gone for a year. He was gone for an entire month.
Liv
Sami
Morgan.
Zayn and Liv Morgan number 30
Pause
was
is
crazy. I'm not gonna lie
crazy.
to you.
That's what started the hate. I'm like, bro. I thought it was
Yeah, I was about to
Mercedes
say, that's
Moné.
what
I thought it was
started it,
Sasha Banks. I really thought it was Sasha Banks. As they paused, they looked at the crowd, and then they played the music. I was like, bro, you really.
But
yeah, I was about to say. Not only did they
pan,
not only did they pause, but they panned out to the crowd too.
Like it
Yeah,
was.
I thought it was
bro.
gonna be maybe like AJ or something. They had me. I was like, and then it was Liv Morgan.
And I was like, bro, you could have had her. That should have been Jade Cargill's spot. You could have literally flipped Jade and Liv, and that would have been perfectly fine.
Yeah, I said that on the- I
Because
said
then I've
that
been
on
like,
the pod,
oh, yeah. I was like, oh yeah. I would have been like, oh shit, oh okay, Jade is finally here. All right.
Nah, yeah. Liv
was
Morgan
a great
number 30
Rumble, though.
was so gross too. I'm like, what? That's
Jade
crazy.
might even be a good number 30 this year because she's been out.
Oh, the
Especially
return?
Bianca
Yeah.
and
If-
Naomi's
if,
in the year.
If
Ooh.
Bianca and Naomi are in the ring, and then Jade's music hits, and then
She could be a
Jade
good 30.
tells to the world that Naomi's the one that laid me out because that bitch is.
That'd be great.
Naomi's the one that did it. I promise you.
No, wait, guys. Let me cook really quick. How do we feel about this WrestleMania match? Because Bianca, it's pretty clear Bianca and Jade aren't fighting this year unless Bianca's the one who attacked her. But a lot of people are saying Naomi. So if it is Naomi, then there's no path for Bianca to have a singles match at WrestleMania because it's Naomi's thing. How do we feel? Women's tag team titles: Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair versus Naomi and Nia Jax.
Okay. All right.
It's not
I
bad.
guess.
What you
It'd
thought
be
was going to say, Cameron?
anticlimactic. It'd be anticlimactic, but I mean, yeah.
I mean, who else you going to? You thought was going to say Cameron?
Cameron.
It makes
not
their
bad.
family.
And big
Yeah, I don't
2020.
I feel like I've
What direction they going? Because I mean, you see Charlotte versus Tiffany,
Tiffy,
Rhea versus Io maybe or Jordan
Io or
Grace.
Jordan or
I
Becky,
don't know
Becky and
what,
Liv.
I don't know what Bianca is doing at WrestleMania. I don't. It'll involve something with Naomi and Jade for sure, but
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Because I mean, unless I don't really, because if it ends up being Bianca, then what do you do with Naomi at that point? It's kind of like I feel like it has to be Naomi at this point.
What if
Like, what do you do?
what if Bianca and Naomi both did it? What if like they're in it together? What if they
Then you do? Would you do like Jade and Bailey, perhaps? Because there's
could
no
do
reason
that.
for
Jade
Bayley.
doesn't
I
have
don't
to
know
be
about y'all.
Jade doesn't
I'm
have to
done
be in the team long, but like what if Bianca felt like Jade was dead weight and she rather team with Naomi? And what if Bianca felt like Jade's bigger, stronger? Maybe not one person could really take her out besides Nia Jax, really, like strength wise. Like, what if they had like a plan with like, let's get rid of her and take her out, and then we're friends with her, so we can claim like we don't know. We can go on this mission and try to figure out who it was, and she'll never know it was us in reality. And then you could slide in, become my partner and everything, and then we could move from there. So I mean, that'd be an interesting factor. I mean, if they both ran it together, that'd be kind of wild. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know what direction they would do after that. But just the thought of that, like that would be pretty interesting.
All right.
Because I mean, it really just depends on if they're ready for Jade to move on.
What did Bianca do at WrestleMania last year? I don't even remember.
Six-woman tag.
Six-woman tag with
See,
damage
that's the only problem I have with this is that Bianca, not 3 years ago, was the biggest biggest female star in your company, and this would now be 2 years in a row that she's been relegated to
Well, I
a
mean,
tag team match.
it's what I said before. Triple H values Rhea Ripley a lot more than he values Bianca. It was made very clear on the Netflix debut, because when has Bianca ever stood side by side by a male legend, the caliber of Undertaker? She hadn't even stood next to John Cena, and I feel like that's the comparison everyone makes. She never did anything with John Cena, but Rhea Ripley, she gets something with Undertaker, which is fine. I'm not saying it's bad. I just know there's a very clear direction that Triple H values Rhea much more over Bianca. Do I think it's right? No, I think they should be on that John Cena Batista shit. But obviously, every time they
because Bianca was just as now they were different kinds of over, right? If honestly, the way that Rhea got some of her attention online was kind of gross, not through no fault of her own, right? But so Bianca was a different kind of over. But when it came to the live crowd, there was a period there where Bianca was getting a bigger reaction than anybody else on the roster.
Yeah, I think she's just so good. She's in the tag team division right now because they want Jade Cargill to be a star too, and they obviously don't feel like she's ready to be on her own yet. So she's with Bianca, so she can help. Bianca could try to help develop her whole concept.
I guess Bianca versus Jade straight up 1-on-1 sounds much more like a WrestleMania match than
100%
a tag team match.
110%.
So I'd rather than go
Jade just. They look at her and they see a superstar, but I don't think they trust her yet to be able to go in a match and carry herself like everybody else can do in the women's division. Bianca's one of the best you have, and Bianca can help her out as much as she can. But then when it comes time for the team to split up, Bianca's going to go right back to the top. So she's not going to lose any spot.
Yes, she should.
She's going to go right back to the top. She's going to.
They might put her in that mid card division.
She's going to be the world champion again. She might even hold the mid-card title at one point, too, because every top star going to get it eventually. Because if the mid-card titles go dry, they're going to have to put it on somebody like that to make it mean something. So Bianca has never lost her spot to me. The whole concept of her being with Jade is so she can try to help Jade as much as she can. And then when the time comes, Jade hopefully will be able to spread her wings and be fine, to be able to stand on her own. Because Bianca's still going to be in a secured spot. It's just sometimes people have to move down and try to help others in certain ways. I mean, they had Randy Orton teaming up with Matt Riddle for like a year and a half, and then Matt Riddle got fired. So, I mean, kind of like it wasn't really a waste, but it worked. It was good, though. RK Bro was really good. So, I mean, it worked.
I love RK Bro.
It worked good, but,
good times.
They probably wanted to do something with Matt Riddle if he was able to go on a straight path. Like, they wanted to do things with him. I think they were even talking to him winning the Royal Rumble that year in St. Louis.
Yep.
Dude, they were talking about him winning the Rumble that year. So, I mean, they obviously had some plans for him, but, sometimes Bianca, Randy, those type of people, they're going to have to try to help other people, along the way. So hopefully whenever they decide to split them up, Jade will be able to prove that she can stand on her own. That way they can make her a top star too. So it's just a matter of, I guess, when they feel like she's ready, if they feel comfortable enough, because they see all the behind the scenes stuff we don't see. So they're not going to really do it, I feel like, unless they really, really know, because I don't think they want to mess up that Jade push. I don't think they want to mess that up. So they're not going to do it unless they really feel like she's able to go out there and really stand out on her own. So, and I mean, last year she really was showing me she ain't ready for that yet. Last year,
unfortunately. Hey, Prince DJ, I'm gonna have to go in a couple minutes, but Prince DJ super chatted and he asked how we felt about Josh Alexander in the Rumble. Yes. I mean, 1,000 times. Josh Alexander would cook in the Royal Rumble. Now he's not going to win, but out of all the guys in TNA that may pop their head up in the Royal Rumble, Josh Alexander's at the top of my list.
Hell yeah.
Josh Alexander would be sick.
Y'all finna watch Genesis?
That would be awesome.
I'm going to watch it tonight.
Is that tonight?
I'm not going to get the chance. I'm going to hop off here and watch the football game, but I'm going to look it up.
I'm gonna
check it out.
I'm gonna go back and forth. I probably won't watch the game to the fourth quarter, so I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a double monitor on. Shit.
I probably won't watch to the fourth quarter, and if it's a blowout, then I'm not gonna.
The Ravens are up 7 halfway through the first right now.
So it'll be a tough matchup for the Bills. So hopefully the Bills might be able to pull off, but it's gonna be tough. So whoever wins that game, I think is on the Super Bowl. Though I really do. If it's the Ravens or the Bills, I think they got a shot.
That depends on if those same refs travel with Kansas City or come back to Kansas City next week.
That's true too. Yeah, that's true too. Good old referees, man. All right, everybody. Well, we're gonna go ahead and hop off. Make sure you guys subscribe to the pod. Show some love. Appreciate you guys for coming through once again, being showing the support. TikTok is back, so you can check out the more clips. We have more clips for TikTok as well. So
Yes, sir.
once Royal Rumble concludes, we'll probably have some more announcements for the pod that we're trying to figure out and plan out as we speak to right now. But right now, everything is kind of just taking baby steps to where we're trying to get to, man. We're trying to do some big things for the pod this year, man. So make sure you guys subscribe and be on the lookout. As always, man, of course, that's the right way. That's the correct way.
Yeah.
I was slacking last year.
I hate it.
We ain't slacking in 2025, man.
Yes,
Nope.
sir.
Nope.
I hate it here.
Yeah.
In 2025, just know.
Yeah.
hate it here.
Yeah. More to come out.
Omar's gonna have a better 2025 than your favorite wrestler. Just know that.